Oh, what's that? You say it's a reboot? A reboot? Yeah, why not? Let's reboot this. Um, I know it seems odd, and you probably think, well, why are you rebooting this? Well, it's because I didn't have enough time to finish. There was a meeting that like crammed up, and then another meeting happened after that, and now I need to my mic's working this time, which is good. That's really why I didn't have enough time to finish because my mic wasn't working. And I don't like to leave things halfway done. And I'm opening it up. You're like, Chris, you leave things halfway done all the time. And I get it. Okay, I get it. I bounce around and I have a really weird way of moving and working forward. I get it. I get it. So do you. So do you. But I was not gonna leave Rebecca out here hanging on a limb. I know she's asleep right now over on the other side of the planet, but hopefully I will leave an Easter egg for her when she wakes up. And I want to do that for you too. So if you get in a spot and Chris doesn't finish the thing, know that I'm always going to circle back because it's going to gnaw at me. All right? So, that and I like helping you folks. I mean, that's the whole damn reason I'm here. Anyway, so Rebecca had some questions we did not get to. We got to some of these things, but we didn't really get into her site. We were like in example land. So she has some odds and ends, and here's the reason I like working on, like Tej will do this, Rebecca will do this, and really I have no complaints. I have no complaints with anybody who brings their work in. It's just that Rebecca is so consistent with working on her projects and putting the time in, and the whole point of online is to push back and forth and really oh gosh, sorry, I have my drippy nose, and like you wanted to know that, but you're pushing back and forth, and the goal is to make sure you're moving forward. So like if somebody doesn't push back when you push, it's like, well, what's the point? So anyway, let's get into this. So she's edited some text and she's been in her code. So I'm going to go over to my code editor. Yeah, boy, if you're looking at this code editor, know that that's all new stuff that's about to be released. It's all in flux and it's going to be fun. But there's a big new Pragmatic forthcoming, and boy, yesterday was fun. So let's get Rebecca's project pulled up. People that are tuning in for the first time are like, damn, he is nuts. He just kind of bounces. He's schizophrenic. And you know what? You're right. All right, so let's take a look at this. So she's made some changes. VS Code, I will restart you this weekend. I promise. I'm not going to update now. Let's go ahead and check this out. Make sure that I haven't. Okay, it's clean. And I do that so that when you're coding, you know exactly. Like always check and make sure that you do not have updates hanging out. So git pull origin master. And yes, I have to talk to myself every time I do it. So care point. Style CSS. So she added a little bit of CSS, but now her care point's not working. And she also said that something else was busted. And yeah, we'll get back to that for a second. Images in the what I learned section are broken. All right, let's start there. And let's go ahead and let's get this care point open. Yeah, you can do your thing. I'm going to shut down the head tag here. I'm going to shut down this wrapper, and I want to get down to the bottom here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot the footer here it's SVG crazy. So yeah, so here's what I learned, and I'm seeing the dot. You probably don't need the dot because you don't have to actually leave, because we moved things around. Previously you had to like change directories, and now you're just going out and going out and then going back into images. So I think that's probably the issue. Let's go ahead and go live with it. Let's just take a look at it. It's probably going to be a little janky. That's okay. I do my hands like this. I really am a giant clown. People joining us for the first time are like, he's really weird. So let's get down here. What I learn is still broken. Did I save? Let's save and let's come back. Yep, still broken. Okay. Well, let's inspect. Let's see what's going on. I don't know if you want this sort of width on responsive, but we can talk about that. Nope, that's most definitely not happy. Let's look at the name, because I've seen this before where we just don't have the right name in here. So let's look at images, and let's look at CS Illu Illu leadership. I don't see that one in here. That would be a reason why. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. It's like it's we'll come back to that, but I see illustrations in here, but I don't see yeah, I see illustrations. I don't see what I believe I'm looking for. Let's go further down just to make sure. I need to get back to the actual file name, CS Illu. Yeah, I don't think it's in here. And so let's actually look around the rest of the file, because it may be somewhere else in the file. So yeah, it doesn't look like these illustrations are actually in the file at the moment, and that would most definitely be busted. So there's nothing in the images folder that aligns with what you've got here. So we're going to need to fix that. And I just want to inspect element one more time. Yeah, Illu learned and leadership, and over here CS Illus. Yeah, it's not in here. So that would be a reason. And if it is showing up on your machine, it could be that it just didn't get included when you pushed, and then it's not showing up. Like if you were looking at the live site, I'm not sure when it wasn't showing up, but it's definitely not showing up for me because it's not in the folder. Okay, so that is as simple as adding it, and then do your say get status, and once you do that, you should see something's been modified. I just might modify that one thing. When you add something in, it's going to say, oh, something's here that I'm not tracking right now. Maybe that's what happened here. But that's where I would start. Like that file, I'm sure if you've got the file exists somewhere. Okay, so do that. Let's take a look at some of your other questions though. I would love to find. Yeah, okay, here it is. That's not Firefox. This is Firefox. All right, so let's come back over here. So what I learned, we talked about this earlier. Illustration of the home page jumped up again for some reason. Oh, that's your actual home page. So let's exit out of here. I'm gonna come back over here. We're gonna go to the home page and boop. Okay, so this was when we adjusted this. It was we went in and adjusted the specific intro section. So intro section here, it's this padding bottom that was causing it to jump. Now my question with regard to that is, if I go in and adjust intro section, is it going to cause a problem? And that's one reason why I want to go into this section really quick. And here we are, and I'm going to just study this one real quick. I just want to know if the naming convention for intro section is used here. And I don't see it. So it looks like intro section must be... intro section is probably just used on your homepage. I could also just, search the entire site and say, hey, where's intro section used? Which might be what I do, to be honest, between me and you. So let's just go for intro section. What's it called again, Chris? Oh, and profile sketch. We can actually it's got to be intro section. Yeah. Okay. So you only use it on that one thing, and unfortunately I had files to include up there. So if I go into index.html, and actually if I just go into the CSS and just boop that off the bottom there, because you only use it in one spot, boop, hey, magic, it works. I'm going to take a second. I'll be right back if you're watching the live stream, and just hang out for a second. Yeah, live stream. I'll be back. Hey. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Is Couchbot functioning? Is Couchbot telling on me? Hey, he's live. That dude, the bad man is live. The bad man is live. Okay, well, cool. So it's saying I'm streaming right now, and I am. Anybody chimed in the last 5 minutes where the hell is he? It's just it's just a screen. Okay, so we made that change, and let's get back to your list of questions here. So what I learned, homepage, illustration, the scroller thing. Yep, we all talked about that. Better spacing for UX writing section. See below too tight. And, yeah, thanks, Google. That's so weird. Let's just go look at it. Let's just go look at it. That's where we're gonna see the thing. Good. Let's go see the thing. UX writing. All right, writing. UX writing. I'm not sure why that's there. Okay, so Ooh, that's it's like 3 images. Yeah, let's take a peek at this. Yeah, this is a little rough. So there's a couple of different ways that we can go about doing this. You've got two call, and I'm curious what happens to this when it goes small. Yeah, so we gotta. Did it flip? Okay, it did flip. Okay, well that's good. It's just a little rough, spacing wise, and a lot of it's right here. So what can we do here to fix this? Obviously we can come in here and just put some space in here. So let's first take a look at that. Like right now you've got full and it's got padding bottom of 15. If we change that to 30, oh, 130. It's like, why did that jump so much? That is ridiculous. That's a little better. If we change it to 50, that gets even better. But that's not the real issue. So I'm actually not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna look at two call center and two call center product, and like this is where we might say margin top 40 pixels, and just to get some space between these things, you could even, if this is like a special case, we could do 40, and then we could do like border top 1 pix black solid, and like add some lines here. And I don't really like black in that case. Maybe 777. Maybe even just do a DED, like get a gray in there, and then you come back with like padding top and put another 40 pixels on it. And now it's starting to space out a little bit with a little bit of, there's a little bit of organization here with that line work to help like clean it up. But if you look at that versus where you were just a minute ago, where you couldn't really even see the difference between these, I think this is a much better place to be. But I would probably do this with I do like space dash writing or space dash UX writing. So you understood what it was, because you're going to use it on a couple of sections here, just to get some space in here. But if we look at that, let's do one of our favorite before afters. Let's refresh this, and there's where you were before. It's like, whoa, that's hard to read. So there's a little busted tag here somewhere. Let's go fix that. That's what I learned. There it be. Just looks like just a little extra tag. And that is so weird. Why is that there? Just cleaning it up a little bit. So yeah, I'd probably do just cleaning up where I can. Section or inside space, and maybe inside yeah, like inside space. I like inside space. And we'll do the other one with the same. We'll say inside space. Then we'll go over to style CSS, and let's go ahead and look for, like, what's the name of that? That's product area. So let's find product area. So this is where you've clearly, like, you're flipping that around for responsive. So here I'm going to say dot inside space and margin top and I'm guessing you're probably using the 10 pixel thing. So I'll say border top 1 pix dot ddd and solid, and then we'll come back and say, okay, padding top for rem, and then come back over and take a peek at that, and there it be. It's in there, and it's clean, and it's happy. And if you're ever curious about, well, how clean and happy is it, feel free to take a look at the screenshots, and they will set you free. If I can ever figure out where the damn screenshots went. That's a laugher of a screenshot. Yeah, I'm not sure where they went. I just got my desktop is just a travesty. I apologize. Technical hiccup. Hey, there's funny me. Yeah, there's that. There's the after. Where's the before? I like the befores. Come on. Oh well, it's not here. I guess we'll just have to go with that memory of it's much better after. That's clearly what it is. And it's not Facebook. I don't know if you folks have seen the Facebook redesign, but there's the old, and that's eBay. Come on. There's the old, and there's the new. Old, new. What's the same as what's going on with Rebecca's? Spacing. It's just spacing. Yeah, so I'm sorry I can't show you the before after. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I did the before after thing here with Rick the other day, and it's like, hey, you know, everything's crowded. Maybe give it some air. Nice guy. General Assembly guy, but you know, I don't know if you want to spend 13,000. That's up to you, or you could spend 300 here. I don't know. I just try to make myself available to people. So let's go ahead and do this. Actually, no, let's not push yet because we've still got, if I'm correct, she's still got other questions, Chris. Care point hero image needs to be a bit smaller for desktop, and it needs to be above the text for mobile. Okay. Now, this is what we talked about on our call. So here's the care point image, and I'm curious, maybe this is working here. Okay, it's just going away. It's going away right now, and what we need to do is we need to add it. We need to add it to this section. Like right now, is it in here? I see overlay. I don't see. Oh, the image is right there. Okay. So you've got to note the image out, but you've got to put a class on it to hide for mobile. So like the, sorry, I just like rammed a piece of steel into my leg and that didn't feel good. All right, here we are. So I'm going to unnote this, right? And that's going to suddenly like, oh, hey, look, I'm here. There's a problem related to this section, this main content. All right? Main content has a size on it that is capping how deep it can be. So let's go back to style. We're going to find main content. Main content. I don't see a cap there. Height is 100%. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, so the other stuff collapses too. That's not good. Let's change that height. And now the height is working, but it's busted here. So, we have a bit of a predicament. I want to see what happens when we go smaller. What happens to these? No, there's something. Oh. Your image is still kicking over on smaller sizes. And then, of course, CarePoint comes back, which means we've got a couple things we need to do here. First, we need to fix this image up top. So we're going to inspect element. The source, this needs to be width full, I believe. So let's go fix that. Sorry, I got times like these stuck in my head, folks, and it's going to be with me for a while. If you haven't, I dropped or with full. I dropped a copy of they did this all-star recording of times like these. It's in the Discord channel. Just go watch it. Just like stop watching me and go watch that. It's much better. Refresh. Okay, now width full appears to have some special padding on it, which is not ideal. And it's still going over. So what the hell? Is it because this profile sketch doesn't have a width on it? Like if I said width 100. Okay, so there's that. And this is unfortunate. So that takes care of that. Why is this being such a pain in the butt? It's got to be this section. Width 95%. Oh, it's because the profile sketch has a width. It has like a set width on it. I'm fine with the set width. I want to be perfectly honest. But we need to put that into a media query. So profile sketch, we'll put into a media query. We'll switch that when we get down to a certain size. So let's find it in the CSS. Nope. Profile sketch. There it is. Profile sketch. The good news here is you have a media query going one direction. I would probably again. I'm always wanting to edit this as I go up. So I'm gonna say min width 500, and then at that point I'll go with the 500 width, but everything lower than that, I just want it to be 100%. That should cover us, because what it's going to do is it's basically going to say, hey, you're 100% until you get up to 500, and then once you're up at 500, you start adjusting. This is mobile first design. And why did that do that? Oh, it's because this is not focused on image. All right, so we come back. Okay, come on. Well, the good news is it's not breaking for mobile anymore. The bad news is it looks like it's breaking for everything else. So let's sort this out. Profile sketch, IMG, minimum width of 500, or yeah, minimum width 500. So now it's 500 pixels. This should just work. Inspect element. Like it's going down like I would want it to. Interesting. It's Flex, it should just work. Okay. So if I pull this off, like I'm just going to pull this adjustment off that we made. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. So I broke everything. One curly bracket. So why is it... One second. With... Yeah, we don't need this. Maybe that's where... Profile sketch. Let's just change this to 500 pixels like you had it before. I just... Okay, so... Oh, was it because it was kicking into responsive too? Yeah, okay. It was kicking into responsive too early. I get it now. I don't like it, but I get it at least. That actually wasn't an issue, but I do think that like this should be scaling down. Like it just seems like it should scale down easier than that. It shouldn't just like give up on you. Like that to me is just, it's just giving up. Is this got a set width on it? Is that what the hell's going on? Oh God, max width. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. This is, folks at home, this is because there's a background on the image. And then it went away. Refresh. Thank you. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. It's as if that... Oh, never mind. It was confusing as hell for a second. So... Well, let's focus on the wins here. I'm gonna try not to get too caught up in my own BS. 100%. Cancel. All right. So now we come in. We say inspect element. Let's put this in responsive mode. It's working in responsive mode. That's what we're wanting. Okay, that's a win. I'm going to take that win. I would still come down. I would take your name down in size, or take the text down. It's just not all going to fit on a screen, and I think that's probably an issue. But let's come back to CarePoint, because with CarePoint we now have the computer on top. We also have this text in between. You can tell you have a lot more text here than you do on Okta or Silicon. Oh wow, what's going on Silicandy? I know what's going on Silicandy. Silicandy has an image problem, and it's because the width is hard set, I bet. Min width. Yep. Okay. So Silicandy needs to be adjusted as well. So we got rid of the wiggle at least. Now there's some work to do here. But my challenge for you is can we edit this and then give some space back to that monitor rather than just making the monitor large? Because I would like to keep... I do think that the size of these sections is logical, but like look at the size of the Silicandy text versus the Okta text versus the CarePoint text. Like there's something different going on there. So my challenge to you is, while we've fixed some of these issues, let's make sure we have consistent styling going on before we start moving the rest of the design around. Okay. So what I'm going to do, like we've made a lot of changes, and I think that there's some logical next steps to carry forward. I can't push code up via Discord, Chris. That's not how this works. You got to go over to VS Code. Let's take a look at what all we've changed here. Get status. Okay, so we've updated carepoint, style.css, and the index. So I'm going to say git add dot git commit -m updates from feedback fedback loop, and that gives you some starting points to like jump forward. Push origin master. If I can spell origin. That was mostly my keyboard though. That gives you some places to push forward. We've clearly fixed a few things, but also it gives you guidance for the next things to knock down, like hide that background image on the container, get the text at the same size for mobile, for Silicandy, for Okta, and for Carasite, and then begin to massage the shape on the front. Look for those images that weren't loading. They're not in the repo, and that if they're not in the repo, they can't load anyway. And then I will look for your updates on Monday. But with that, hey, Chris Courtney, New Pragmatic, I am going to wrap this up and push it out, and I will see all of you again on Monday. Take care.